Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Things are getting more complicated for Wafula Chebukati. Hot and hotter. Something Wafula Chebukati most likely never anticipated. As I talk, one of IEBC commissioners has just filed a petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya, exposing on how one of the Venezuelans arrested at JKIA, with the help of 3 IEBC officials, accessed IEBC portal and changed from 34 A's. Serious rigging. Yes. Before we dig deep into that analysis, let me say this. Personally, from where I sit, if I compare 2017 Raila Odinga's petition and 2022 Raila Odinga's petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya, Raila Odinga's petition in 2022 is far much more stronger than Raila's petition in 2017. And that is because in 2022, IEBC as a commission itself is split in the middle. And some of these IEBC commissioners who are in agreement with Raila Odinga that there was some full play at IEBC, they were in the kitchen where that cooking was being done. They have got a lot of damning information. That's why I believe that most likely the Supreme Court judges in this year's petition are going to find their job very easy, in that IEBC itself will just be exposing on how they rigged the election. As Wafula Chebukati is defending that they never rigged, IEBC commissioners will just be exposing on how the rigging was done. So let's dig deep and see why I believe things are getting hot and hotter for Wafula Chebukati. Before we do that, in case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Yes, some few minutes ago, as I talk, Standard Digital reported this. Standard Digital. Yes, Standard Digital. IEBC Commissioner Justice Nyang'aya says in his petition response that a foreigner, 3 IEBC staff members, intercepted forms 34A on portal and changed results. Yes. There is no more damning revelation than that from one of IEBC commissioners. I believe that's the last nail on Wafula Chebukati's coffin. Chebukati cannot escape that. If you go through that story, Justice Nyang'aya is just exposing on how one Venezuelan who was arrested at JKIA, think the name Costalino, and some 3 IEBC officials accessed IEBC portals, changed the results in favor of William Samoei Ruto. And he has sworn affidavit on the claims at the Supreme Court of Kenya. And this is why largely I've been saying here that in 2022, Kenyans never had a presidential election. It was just a UDA party nomination where Ruto and Wafula Chebukati were pulling the strings behind the scenes. There was no presidential election. And I still maintain and I repeat, Raila Odinga won this election with a landslide. And I'm saying that, ladies and gentlemen, Because science cannot be wrong. Science cannot get it wrong. All statistics and even exit opinion polls after the elections were done were only indicating Raila won the election. And I've always also maintained the issue of the turnout on the mountain. A turnout of less than 50% being inflated to read 70%. And as if that is not enough, as results are trickling in with all that inflation of votes and with all that rigging of votes, William Ruto could not get 50 plus 1%. More votes had to be added physically to make sure he attained 50 plus 1%. With all the inflation of votes, all the rigging that happened, Ruto could not still manage 50% plus 1 vote. Wafula Chebukati had to lock out all the commissioners and take charge of the results himself to make sure he delivered the win to William Ruto. There was no election. It was purely a UDA party affair where Ruto and Wafula Chebukati were pulling the strings. And it's very painful, ladies and gentlemen, hearing the same people telling Kenyans to move on. And I saw William Ruto's response today, his petition. His lawyers were trying to argue that the country has moved on. And that's something I stated yesterday in my analysis. That William Ruto is busy buying these elected leaders to create a perception that the country has moved on. Leaders are supporting him. That's a strategy by William Ruto to actually confuse the Supreme Court judges that he won the election and that the country has moved on. They know pretty well what they did at Bomas. It was pure rigging, and I'm saying that with a lot of confidence. And that bombshell by Justice Nyang'aya, in my honest opinion, is going to augur very badly, or rather very negatively, for Wafula Chebukati in trying to defend that the results were okay. Because I know one question that maybe the justices in the Supreme Court will be asking, how did Justice Nyang'aya know all this? And then Justice Nyang'aya, in fact, if you look at the affidavit he has shown, even the DCI did a forensic audit, or rather a forensic analysis on some of the gadgets that were found with the 3 Venezuelan nationals. And it shows clearly well that somebody by the name Gasteleno, this one Venezuelan there, had the access to IEBC portals, and he could change and edit the results as it so wished. And then 3 IEBC officials, who now Justice Nyang'aya is just exposing, because he is a commissioner there, he knows what happened, is just exposing that those 3 IEBC officials were also in collusion with the Venezuelan to rig this year's presidential election. Yes. Yeah. This is the kind of analysis we do here. I don't know on how to beat about the bush. Because, you know, if truth is only one, beating about the bush sometimes becomes hard. It's clear, ladies and gentlemen, that Wafula Chebukati committed treason. Chebukati overturned the popular will of Kenyans by changing the results. And this is why I still maintain Wafula Chebukati belongs in committee. That's where Wafula Chebukati should be cooling his heels as I talk. He has no business masquerading as IEBC chair, while all evidence are pointing that he manipulated this year's presidential election results. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are watching us for the very first time, but so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. To any other person, that's the kind of analysis we do here. We don't beat about the bush. We go straight on to the point. We call it as it is, without fear or favor. In case you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe and tune in for our next analysis. Yes. Tune in for our next analysis. To any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And in case you want to have a discussion with me, check me on my WhatsApp number. I've pinned it on the comment section. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes.